everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Heather and this is Woolly Woolly Sheep Sheep. It's a channel all about cross stitch. So this is my first Flosstube back after all the holidays. I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas, lovely holidays if you're not celebrating Christmas, and a happy new year. I hope that for everybody. As I say, this is just going to be a regular Flosstube. I have been watching so many whip parades. I was going to do a whip parade, and to be honest, I don't have the brain power, brain width, or whatever. I just don't have it in me to do a whip parade at the minute. But I'll explain all in the life update at the end for those that are just here for the stitching, which is perfectly fine. So for the holidays, I had a quiet holiday, a quiet Christmas, got a good bit of stitching done. I would say not as much as I want, but I still got a good bit done, so I did. We had a 21st birthday, so we had it. So no, all good fun and just nice quiet Christmas. I think that's what everybody wants. Well, maybe it's what I want, and I got it, so that's it. So today, as I say, regular Flosstube. I have a couple of new starts. I'll show you those. I have started using my book of days, which I wish I had got a book of days a number of years ago. I'm loving using it. Stickers, colourful things. I'll show you that as well. Which will also be some plans that have come, and I have a few things set out, not an awful lot, but I have a few things coming in the next few-ish months, and I'll let you in on that as well. But no, other than that, as I say, stitchy first, life update after. Let's get started. Right, so this is really from what I've been stitching from Christmas onwards. So Christmas Day, I had a new start, and it is Winter Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and as usual I'll get a picture up, so I will. This was in the Jingle Ball. You could buy this as part of the Jingle Ball, which if you watched I think I had it in previous videos, everything that I bought in the Jingle Ball. I could have went a lot harder, but no, got this. So got this started. This is on 16 count Ada. I tea-dyed it. Yes, I did. It was tea-dye. And I think I was sort of practicing to see how far I needed to sit and all that beforehand. I actually think this is a true-ish colour of it. Now, there we go. I'll show you it first. So that's the start of it. I think that is almost the middle panel. So that is one of them down. I'm back to using my camera, so I can't see what you are seeing, so I'm just hoping that this is all okay. And as I say, I hope, going from my previous, where I was testing out the colours, the fabric was quite true to colour. Now it is slightly darker than what I wanted it to be. My fault. Whenever I took it out of the pan and started to dry it, I didn't rinse it out, because at the time I thought, all right, that's fine, but it turned out darker. I used the Witchy Stitcher in her new book. I used her method, so I did. So it was nothing, I just didn't rinse it, that was the problem. So it did turn out slightly darker than I thought, but to be honest, I'm happy enough with it. So that is that, and I'm loving it. It's a real fun stitch, and it's quick too. It actually is quite quick. I done that over two nights, maybe a couple of nights, and it wasn't, or 2 or 3 nights, and like I wasn't going, hell for leather at it. So I'm enjoying that one. Oh, as I say, that is 16 count Ada. I can't mind if I did say that, and it's the DMC threads I'm using. So loving that. I'll sort of explain a wee bit and plan sort of, because this year I'm wanting to have more of a variety, try and get through more of my projects and try and get more stitches on them. So I've been trying with thinking of using wheels and stuff like that, and I have filled out a couple of wheels. One is for a focus piece and the other one is for new starts. So I put all my stash, no, it's a bit of a lie, the majority of the stash, because whenever I went I realised I hadn't put what was PDFs on the computer, but I've put them onto a wheel as well. And sort of about mid-month I was going to pick a new start for the next month. So that would be 12 new starts this year. But as yet I haven't used it because I had other new starts in my head. So I don't know. I have this, as I say, it's a bit scattered at the minute, but it's working for me. So that's it. That's it. And Toto is meowing. This is every video. Toto decides, he gets fed at 3 and he decides about 12 o'clock it's 3. Excuse me while I take a drink. Right, so that was winter rules. Next up is historic stick muster. And it is the Santa Claus is Coming to Town sale. So all 4 parts of this are now out, and I'm working away on it. This I'm doing as my focus piece. I think if I do that there, I'll let you see it. Yeah. So I'm doing this as my focus piece this month. So every Sunday it's getting a good few stitches in, and that is it there. I'm really hoping you're seeing that well. For it is delicate, but it is lovely. So that is it. I have this one in Pattern Keeper, although I was able to get it into Pattern Keeper and I was able to put the numbers against the colours. It's just, it doesn't bring the colours up or anything, but at least it lets me mark off and lets me see where I'm at. But I'm absolutely loving that. So it is in a 36 count natural linen, and I always have to check the name of Veriswa. That's it. I can never remember the way the words are around. So Veriswa silks for it, which silks I've never used, but I absolutely love them. They just glide like silk through the linen. It's a pleasure to work with them. It really is. So that is that one. I do have figures and stuff, but I think I'm going to leave those and do like, instead of doing them every video, I'll maybe do like a roundup, either if it's a video at the end of the month or the first one of the new month. I'll do that. So I will, instead of bombarding with figures all the time, because this year is going to be more, although I want to get lots of stuff stitched on, I'm not putting pressure on myself. It's a hobby. This is a hobby at the end of the day. Look, if you're into all the figures, all the stats, all that, that's brilliant. I do like that myself, and I do like to see how far I'm coming on, especially full coverage pieces. I love to see the percentage going up, or, you know, stitch count and stuff going up. But this time I'm just going, if I don't feel like stitching tonight, I'm not stitching. I'm not going to force myself. It's just a hobby. And I'm just going to enjoy the process. I will watch people who love all the ins and outs of it, and I'll be happy. I'll watch them and get the buzz off them. but I'm not forcing myself this year, because I found last year at times I was forcing myself to stitch because I knew I had a video to make, and then love for that piece just completely fell away. I hope I'm making sense when I'm saying that. So this time, where last year I was sort of going, right, I have Monday to Wednesday stitching that, I have Thursday to Saturday to stitching that, and then I stitching this on a Sunday. If I feel like stitching on something tonight, I'm going to stitch on it. If I don't feel like stitching on tomorrow and I want to change to something else, I will. Come Monday, if I want to keep stitching on it, that's fine. I'm just sort of going to be a wee bit lush in my plans that way. Although I have maybe wanting to start things on certain dates and stuff like that, but around that, I'm not going to push myself to stitching something I'm not happy stitching on. I hope that all makes sense. I really do. I hope it does, and I hope you know what I mean when I'm saying that. But on to the next. I'm leaving my 2 full coverage to the end for their big. Okay, so I've been working on this past couple of nights. You haven't seen this wee while, because again, every time I lift this, I always seem to make a mistake. And the last time I made a mistake, I had the squirrel all done and realised he was 1 square over to the right too much. I haven't had, and when I picked it up again there, I was like, I'm just going to frog him out. So I ended up frogging. You'll see now. It is Fruits of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. Almost forgot the name. So you'll see what I mean, or you'll know where it is. Also, where the squirrel is where there is a stain on the fabric, and I'm trying to stitch to try and get it covered. I've done as best I can. I know there is still a bit that you can see. There is a hanging thread, but that is how far I am with it at the minute. So we got the squirrel frogged out and restitched into the right place. And we have now started, hate that. I've now started stitching on June. I started it yesterday. Yes, yesterday. So that is what we are looking like. So that was the wee squirrel there. There is a stain around his ear there. So there is an extra couple of stitches around his ear. So he might not look like everybody else's, but I think he still works. His ear's a wee bit bigger. I don't know, if I go up another 2, I would completely cover the stain, but I think his ear might look weird. So I'm happy enough with it at the minute. If it changes, or if I decide no, I don't like it anymore or whatever and want to stitch it, then I will. So that's him there. But as I'm stitching back on that, and I'm really enjoying it, and I love the colours. Purple, can't complain. So it's a 16 count Ada. I think it's like antique white. It's not white. I think it's either antique white or cream. And it is DMC 550 and 553 I'm using. So that is that. As I say, I do love working on it, but at the past few times I've brought it out, I've always ended up making a mistake, and it's been quite a big mistake. And then that's where I've went and put it back again, back into the bag, and kind of just forgot about it. But no, I decided to take it out and get it sorted, and I'm glad I did. So that's that one. As I say, I've got a good wee bit done. Right, first full coverage. Sorry, I'm leaning down here an awful lot. Okay, I had to go and get this one because it was sitting up. This is big. It was one of those ones, I bought it, I loved it, I bought it, and then I looked at the stitch count. Take my advice, look at the stitch count before you buy it. But I'm loving it anyway, so it's fine. This is I didn't say, but this was a new start. It is Fairytale DM. The artwork is by Dragon Muse and it's by Heaven and Earth Design charted it. So this is it here so far. So that is 1,300 stitches. Whenever I started it, I wanted to definitely get to the 1,000. So I got it and enjoyed it and kept going. So we're at 1,300. Excuse me. So I've sort of changed my method. I've been watching Stitching Mummy quite a bit, and she does the typewriter method. I did watch her video. She sort of takes one colour and goes across as far as she'll go, then the next colour and goes as far and keeps going that way till blocks are done, as far as I can remember. I was sort of doing that. I was sort of doing it and then sort of doing my own thing. So I was taking one colour and going as far across and then the next colour and sort of doing that. If there wasn't anything, if I couldn't go across, then I come down. I'm trying to use the whole thread in one go. I'm trying not to have to put it back onto a bobbin again. So if I can't go across, I'll come down, either or. So I'm really enjoying it. That was 1,300. There is 450,000 stitches, if I remember right. I don't know what percentage I'm at. It's 0.0 something, as far as I know. So I'm really enjoying this one so far. This is 20 count Ada. I just count as I go. I don't know, that's kind of raw dogging it, but I do look at the gridded fabric. I don't know. I'm happy enough. I'm happy enough. The thing I do like about the gridded fabric is obviously you can count better if you're going further away, but touch wood, it works for me so far, so we'll keep going with it. But so no, that's it. I can't mind how many colours is in it. I want to say 87. So this actually was a Christmas present from my husband. So he bought pattern, threads, fabric, all that. So that is that. So pleased with it. Okay, and last but not least, I have this one folded away, is Winter City. Artwork is by Carla Gerard and it is charted by Stitches So Beautiful. So this one's, I have actually the full way across. I can't get this tight enough now to show you. There we go. I'll hold it back here. So I have got, that is the full width of it now. There is 135,225 stitches in total. And I cannot remember, I actually can't remember what I'm at the minute, but as I say, I'll update proper and maybe like end of month or start of month round up. So that is what that one is like. Again, that one is stitched on 20 count white Ada. using DMC colours as well. This one, if anybody has heard of the Stitch is So Beautiful Facebook group, most months do a sal. It means each week on the chosen, you have to choose one of your pieces that you're working on. Each week you have to do 250 full crosses or 500 10th stitch half cross stitches. You post your progress pictures in the Facebook group, and that posts comments, and then at the end of the month, if you've been able to keep up and do it all, you get a free chart. The free chart is a brand new chart, and it's one that won't be on the site for another year. They don't give out the name of the chart. The designer, artist, and nothing that is given out. But you do obviously get the picture. You know what you're working towards. If you don't like it, then you're not going. You don't have to do it. But I'm using this month because the one for January, I love the picture. It's like magical tree, forest tree. It's lovely. So that's what I'm using for this. So I'm getting I'm getting over 250. I'm probably getting near the 500 stitches a week on it. But I love this one, and I'm glad. That's sort of what I was working on this week. There's threads everywhere. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but that's just the way it is. So that's what I was working on sort of this week. But again, I'm trying to use the typewriter method. I'm sort of using it, and I'm sort of making up my own method, whatever it may be. But I wanted to get a fully across in this one just to see the width of it. The same as the Fairytale one. I'm wanting to try and get the full way across, and then possibly all the way down. But that is that, and I'm loving it. I'm saying that about everything. It's like if I have a whip braid, every one I come to, I love this one. I want to stitch more on it. I know that's what it's going to be, but it's true. Every time I lift a new one, I'm like, why have I not lifted this sooner? But I'm getting this one. This is getting good work on it now, and I'm happy with that. So that is all the stitching that I have done since Christmas. As I say, that was five projects. I maybe wanted to get a bit more done, but hey ho, that's it. I'll say I could have stitched more, but I haven't, and I'm happy enough with what I've done, so that's it. Okay, next is plans. As I said before, I'm not sticking to plans. I might make plans, but plans always change, things change, so I have an idea, a rough outline of what I want to do, but it's not something that I'm going to be sticking to rigidly. I have my book of days, and I am glad I got this year. I have my stickers there, and I have it all. My page. Of it all, what I've been stitching on. So I just put down the title and how many stitches I do a night on it. I have I have the Wonder City for the Stitch is So Beautiful sal. I have it down. My focus stitch is the Santa Claus is Coming to Town sal. And the Winter City start details. So I actually started in it with almost 12,000 stitches done at 8.88%. And I think when I put it into the Stitch is So Beautiful group on Wednesday night, I was up to 9.72 or 27. Right, interrupted there, daughter come down. She's getting lunch sorted for herself and her daddy. Right, So as I say, I have, everything's fallen out. So I have everything all done. The only thing I have sort of put for monthly is Christmas stitching, Christmas or winter stitching, and I'll be doing it sort of 24th, 5th, 6th of the month, sort of around, you know, around those days, 25th anyway. And then I'm going to stitch Halloween on the 30th, 31st of the month, or 29th, 30th, depending. That's sort of the only thing that I have wrote for sure. Let me see. So I have February down as full coverage February, full coverage February. So I'll be bringing out more of my other full coverage ones. Nothing in March at the minute. Then I have an Easter start, and I've actually popped this in, which is Dirty Annie's, and it is the Franciscan Prayer Sampler. So I'm going to start that come Easter. So we'll see how we get on at that. I have, it's like Weeks Dye Works, Classic Colour Works. There's quite a few different ones there, so I would need to actually probably start and get that gathered together. Because there isn't a DMC breakdown, but I'm maybe look and see if I can get one. I'll see, but that's Easter start. Then that's April. I'll have a birthday start in June. In May, I actually bought one. There was somebody's whip parade I was watching. I think it was Jen the Caffeinated Stitcher's whip parade, and she had one. It was Yippee-Ki-Yay. Pillow done, or not Yippee? Was it? I think it was Stitchman Darcy had done the pattern for it anyway, and I thought I must go on and get that. But when I was there, he actually has a few Film Star black and white photos. I think they're all black and white or monochrome, that sort of. And he had one of James Stewart. I love James Stewart. At Christmas time, it is not Christmas time if Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life's not watched. And then during Christmas, me and my husband, we love all the old films. So it was like Jack Lemmon, Tony Curtis, James Stewart, Grace Kelly. All them films are all brought out. Cary Grant, love him too. So I love James Stewart. So we had this. I'll hopefully have a picture either up or put up. So I'm going to start this on James Stewart's birthday, what would have been his birthday, and it is the 20th of May. So that is pinpointed for a start on that one. So as I say, I do have a will for new starts, but I have so many pinpointed for the next few months. I don't know if I'm actually when I'm going to get to them, but it's there if I need it. And as I say, I have a will for my focus piece. So I think my next video will be due around the end of January, start of February. I am going to try and get a video done every other week. So I'll do the wheel then and let you see what come up. But as I say, that's plans. There's nothing. I don't think I have anything else other than like Nora November, which I have only one Nora Corbett. I don't have any Mirabilia. I do have Mirabilia for May, but I have nothing started and I don't know if I want to start it. I have a Queen Bee. I have something else, I can't remember the name of it now. Queen Bee's definitely one of them. And now I'm doubting myself, is it Mirabilia or Nora Corbett? I think it's Mirabilia. But as I say, I don't know if I want to start it, so that's that. So as I say, I love my book of days. Love my book of days. So that is all for the cross stitching. If you're here for the stitching, that's it, and I hope you have a lovely stitchy week, and everything you do, you get loads of time for stitching. Okay, on to life update. So Christmas was quiet, as we say, other than 21st birthday, went out for it, lovely Indian, everything. So she's big 21 now. Can't believe I have a child of 21. But anyway, so that was good fun. Oh, and she had her Pedro Pascal cake, so that made everything. We, as I say, rather boring at Christmas. We don't really do very much. We stayed in the house, and other than maybe going to IKEA, had to get a few things, so went there, and a trip to the North Coast a day. That was really it. But sort of one of the reasons why I didn't get as much stitching done as what I normally, well, even normally, but it did hinder me. I have had extremely sore shoulders and arms, as definitely for about a month now. It's sort of been ongoing. It's been longer than that, but it's been where it's sore most days. My elbows, my shoulders, down my arms, everything. It's just sore. So that has sort of stopped me. That's why I'm going to take it easy this year. As I say, I'm not forcing myself. Like last night, I did stitch yesterday morning. 72 stitches I got, because I was counting them to put them into the book of days. I got 72 stitches stitched yesterday. I came home last night between being sore and tired. I just went, I'm not doing this to myself. I had everything. I had the fruits aplenty. I was going to do it. And I had actually lifted my folder and all up beside me. Everything was sitting. And I just went, you know what? It's not worth it. I'm just going to be sitting in complete agony tomorrow. So that is sort of one of the reasons. Another reason is my anxiety has been through the roof. So if anybody has it, you'll maybe understand. It's not fun. It's not fun. I had a lot going on at the end of last year, and I think it just all accumulated, and that too just makes me not want to. As I've maybe said in previous videos, I just want to come home and sort of curl up onto a ball and doom scroll, and that's what I end up doing. I try not to do it. I try to get myself, no, you need to, do something, but some nights it's just hard to, but I really sympathise with anybody who has anxiety, and like, I probably am far from anybody who has the worst case of it, but it's enough to throw you off, so it is. So but no, that's it. So that's life update. I am coming out the other side of it now, I'm happy to say. I'm making the plans, but nothing set in stone. I'm watching, she's doing something, I'm like, she's just sniffing. So no, that is everything, I think. So as I say, I hope to have another video out. I hope to have another video out in a couple of weeks, which I think is around the 1st of February. 31st January, 1st of February. I'll be working towards that. So I hope everybody has a lovely stitchy couple of weeks to come. You get all your stitching done. But I will say, just be easy on yourself. It's a hobby. It's, enjoy it. And if you find you're not enjoying it, see what changes you can make to bring it back. And that might be taking a few days off from it. It might be taking a wee bit longer off from it. But always enjoy it. That's what I think anyway. So anyway, have a lovely next couple of weeks, and I will see you at the end of the month. Bye.